Ain't stolen cousins. I'm sure. Mm, you already know what time it is. Nee, 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 nee. And I've made it horror stories. Nee, nee, nee. And I made it horror stories. Da, da, da. Dun, 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 dun. What are we about to get into? Mr. Creepy's Five Night at Freddy's slash Discord Horror Stories animated. What'd he say? This about to make your whole nights. So I already said where we're at. We're at our cousin Mr. Creepy's house. Meaning go over there, subscribe to them, show them some love, okay? And then come back. I did the intro, told you what we doing, where we at. We can get up in here. Please go grab a blunt, grab a bottle of water, grab a bag of chips, and grab a blanket. Let's get up in here. I think we've done like one other like streaming based horror stories animated, and that was real good because and not in like some creepy ass stream stuff, especially from a streamer to a streamer. You know, like it'd be scary. So let's get up in here. Why I'm yawning? I'm not tired.
Austin closed the comic book. He was so fascinated by Five Nights at Freddy that he often stole them from his brother. This time, Austin decided to share this masterpiece with Carson, his dearest friend.
No, Carson don't need to hear this.
So you're joining?
Austin asked eagerly. Without thinking much, Carson immediately nodded. This weekend, the two will explore together and see the Fazbear in real life. Everything Austin knew came from what he overheard from the high school kids. The abandoned area on the edge of town, people started building an amusement park modeled after the Fazbear factory from a year ago. But for unknown reasons, the project was postponed. As a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy, this news is as precious to Austin as gold. He knew he must see it with his own eyes. Maybe that's why Austin couldn't sleep for a few days, because he was so looking forward to Sunday.
You about to bring this other baby there.
By the time Austin and Carson reached the destination, the sun was slowly setting.
At least one of y'all ain't.
Damn, Forrest. I thought we couldn't make it here.
Austin said, failing to hide the excitement on his face. The outside of the amusement park is designed just like the Fazbear factory. From the plaid, painted wall, the factory logo, the pizza, all of them brought the creepy feeling that they had expected.
Okay, we have 2 hours before the dinner.
Austin looked at his watch and said, while he struggled to open the front door, Carson explored behind the house. I was not wrong. In the back of the building, he found a broken hole in the window. Because of his small size, Carson soon managed to climb inside. Austin, I'm in. Saying that, he went to the main hall and opened the door for his friend. However, as soon as Austin turned on the power switch, the excitement disappeared. Instead, the Fazbear amusement park. It turned out not to be what the two children imagined. Apart from the tiled floor in checkered pattern and the posters plastered on the wall, there was literally nothing inside. Well, at least they finished the Freddy robot and the Vanny Rabbit mascot. Carson pointed to the corner of the room, but the frustration was so big that Carson stopped listening. The boy sighed and quietly went to check out the other rooms.
We're so done. There's nothing like I imagined.
Y'all stay together.
Meanwhile, Carson kept his eyes on the Vanny mascot because its eyes just looked so real.
Don't touch it.
Carson, isn't it?
His stomach clenched.
Isn't it what?
The boy got jump scared.
You saying my name?
The Vanny's talking mascot. Carson couldn't say anything because he was shaking. So he could only nod like a robot.
So, just the two of you. I thought there were more.
Once again,
More of what?
Carson nodded, his eyes darting to the side again and again, looking for Austin.
Okay, wait here. The game will start now.
What? Is Fazbear Amusement Park really working? While Carson was still surprised, he saw the rabbit, Vanny, leaving. The boy sat motionless there, just like what he had been told. But he did not see the rabbit, Vanny, or his friend come back. Being left alone in Freddy's robot suit, Carson felt a bit uncomfortable. Although, in the game, Freddy is a good person. But at the moment, he doesn't feel like that.
Is he though?
Freddy? No one answered. It's probably just a pile of scrap metal, Carson thought. Then he decided it's time to find his friend. I'm sure Austin will be happy. He's such a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy.
Oh God, where is Austin?
Yet strangely
at?
enough, Carson went from room to room and still couldn't find Austin. Or Vanny the rabbit. There was only one place left that he hadn't checked. And that was the abandoned toilet. Austin. Carson slowly went in. Austin! Vanny? Are you there? No one answered. Oh, but Carson spotted something.
No.
What looked like a long streak of red paint. Here and there, Austin's belongings were strewn about and stopped at the far end of the toilet. Peekaboo! Carson flung open the door, intending to scare Austin. But there was no one inside. Carson got so confused, he headed for the front door, intending to go outside to see if Austin was there. That's when he discovered the door was locked.
Go back out the window you went in.
Looking out the window, Carson could no longer see their bicycle. Austin? Is he teasing me or what? Thinking that Carson climbed through the hole earlier to get out. By this time, it was pitch dark outside. He went on and on, but still, Austin was nowhere to be found. So Carson made up his mind to go back to the Fazbear Amusement Park. He came to the back, where the cardboard boxes were strewn about. The boy was hungry and exhausted. He chose a big box to take some rest, not forgetting to put a newspaper on top to keep warm. Muscle was relieved and he immediately felt better. I'm gonna just rest a bit. Austin must be around, he told to himself. Just then, his eyes slowly closed.
Not fair about to wake you up. Got a little Austin in the damn bag. I'm happy Carson didn't get
Worst
hurt. Yeah,
piano performance ever. Can anyone identify this guy's talent? This video wasted 4 minutes of my life. I commented on this awful video of a man playing the piano. As a streamer specializing in reacting to music-related videos, I always give candid comments. Maybe that was why so many people hated me and even threatened to kill me. But I wasn't afraid because I had a lot of fans who always supported me. I had a group chat on Discord to communicate with my fans. One day, user Devil David, one of my top fans, challenged me to do a live stream in the Epperson building, which was rumored to be haunted. My reward would be $20,000 if I completed the mission. The other group members also responded enthusiastically to this challenge. So yeah, I had no reason to refuse it. Phew. I finally arrived. Right in front of me was the Epperson building. It was very large and old, and, like most people said on the internet, it looked so gloomy. Hello, everyone. I'm in front of the building, finally. Now I'm going inside. Anyways, I don't believe ghosts can play the piano, as claimed in those silly articles. Pushing open the large door to enter the house, I smelled an unpleasant, musty smell. Inside was a very large space. An old, rotten piano was placed in the middle of the room. This is the living room, and hell yeah, the haunted piano. Every night, the dead student spirit sits here and plays melodies right here.
Melodies from heaven?
My hands glided over the keys. The sound of discordant notes resounded in the air. Ignoring the living room area, I started to move upstairs. It was old and dusty everywhere, just like downstairs. A chill went down my spine when I heard the piano resound. The sound of footsteps startled me. I turned and looked around to find no one but myself in here. No, it can't be real. The rumor is absolutely fake. I kept denying fans' comments on Discord. When I turned away from the phone, I was frightened by a bunch of hair sticking out of a hole in the wall. Holy crap! I crept closer, pulling the hair out of the hole. Damn, it's just a wig. I held the wig up in front of my camera phone. The main door suddenly closed by itself. I panicked a bit, but managed to calm myself down and tell everyone watching my live stream on Discord. It could be the wind. You guys don't scare me. I entered a random room where there was a lot of old and broken furniture. Is this that dead student's bedroom? Look at this. All right, everyone calm down and I will do all of your requests.
Lay on the bed.
What the hell is that? I was startled. I didn't mishear it because my fans heard it too. Everyone, please calm down. I'm gonna go check. I started to panic but decided to go outside to see for myself what was going on. But when I had just walked a few steps, the music stopped. The piano was still lying there alone. That's enough. I shouldn't have taken the challenge to break into this goddamned building. I didn't need $20,000 anymore. Okay, I admit defeat. It's time to get out of here. But not until I got to the door did I realize it was locked from the outside. No matter how hard I tried, the doorknob didn't turn a bit. I froze when the screen popped up with the comments. I immediately turned around. But before I could see the face of the person behind me, I was knocked unconscious. When I woke up, I found myself hung outside the window. Looking inside, I saw the old piano.
Stop struggling. Useless.
I panicked even more when I saw a familiar face. David? He was the lousy pianist whose awful videos I commented on not too long ago.
That looks like that?
You ruined my life. Do you know how depressed I am with your stupid comments?
David started going crazy. The guy standing by the window scolded me, seemingly venting his frustrations. His face turned red and his teeth gnashed. I was so scared that tears filled my eyes. I could only struggle in vain.
That's enough! You have to pay for what you've done.
After he finished the sentence, he walked over to the piano. Please, forgive me! I begged, but he refused to listen to me. When he finished playing the song, he went to the window.
Ellie, last words.
I was wrong about you. I'm so sorry. Please let me go.
It's too late now.
He smirked. When I woke up, I found myself lying in the recovery room with police protection. It turned out that the moment when the madman appeared right behind my back, a fan realized that something wasn't right, so she called the police to rescue me. The man was arrested shortly after. I had no idea what happened to him. By the way, I didn't want to know at all.
Why would you? That's a good. Don't be talking shit about people on
When I was a kid, I used to love playing games, especially Minecraft. I never knew that one day Minecraft would ruin my entire life. This story happened 10 years ago, when I was only 15. No, it must be him! It must be him! It must be him!
What happened?
My brother is the one who brought Minecraft to my life. And since we were extremely close, he left his PC at home after moving to college. That night, my parents went to visit my grandmother, so I stayed home alone and played Minecraft with my two best friends, Kai and Evan. Evan and Kai were inviting me to play survival mode. That's strange. I don't want to play this mode because joining unknown servers holds its own risk. But in the end, I joined them anyway. A few minutes later, Kai sent me the link. I clicked in immediately and was led to a large room with 10 other gamers. Oh, Kai and Evan are here. For some reason, I felt relieved when I saw my friends. The game began, and we spread out in different directions. I started building a shelter while Kai and Evan gathered stones for a furnace. Everyone was doing their gameplay except one player. This guy named his character First Creeper, and he didn't do anything. He just stood like a statue right next to me and just followed me around. When I moved, he moved. When I stopped, he stopped. Who the hell is this? I was feeling irritated, so I asked in the chat box. Guys, who is the First Creeper? That freak just follows me without doing anything. Must be some pathetic guy, I guess.
I don't give a shit. Just get back to the game.
I didn't know if that guy could read it, but when I went back to the game screen, First Creeper disappeared. We played Minecraft for hours. When the clock struck 12, it was already dark in Minecraft. Evan was nowhere to be seen, and Kai hid in the shelter while I drifted apart to collect wood. 5 minutes passed. I started to run in the direction of the shelter because I was scared of the zombies. I kept running, but strangely enough, I couldn't find the shelter. Am I lost? So I texted in the chat, Kai, Evan, you there? But no one answered, so I texted them again. Did you guys leave me alone? A new message popped up, but instead of Kai or Evan, that First Creeper guy replied, You're not alone. I shivered and checked at the game screen immediately, but still found myself standing alone. So I went back to the chat. Only then did I find out that everyone was either dead or out of the game, except for the three of us and this First Creeper guy. Kai? Evan? I know you guys are around. Answer me. Still, my friends didn't reply. Don't search for them. It's useless. I've already killed them all. I thought this was a joke because apparently Kai and Devin were still alive. Just right then, I noticed on the chat box to see Kai died, then Evan.
Oh.
See? And now, I just need to kill you, and the game will be over. At this point, I got so frustrated that I couldn't ignore this guy. Then where the hell are you, First Creeper? And he said, I'm after you. Believe it or not, his answer gave me goosebumps. My heart rate increased, so I turned back to check. The room was empty. There's no one but my cat lying on the bed licking her fur. I called Kai and Devin but got no answer. I didn't wait to listen to this crazy guy, so I quit the game. Phew, what a freak. I went to bed and called it a day. About an hour later, I was woken up by the buzzing phone. Hello? It was my brother. He almost shouted into the phone. Are you at home? I lazily replied.
Yes.
Yeah, where else can I go at this hour? For some unknown reason, he was silent for a moment. Then he said in a shaky voice, Then why did the alarm go off? There's no sound of the alarm going off. What are you saying? Then he paused as if to reassure me, saying, You need to hide. I just got notified. Someone broke into our house. I was in a complete state of panic.
Listen to your brother and hide.
Is that the First Creeper name from earlier? How could he find my address? Did he track my IP? Did he come here to kill me to win the game? At that moment, I could hear heavy footsteps rushing towards the door of my room. I sprung out of bed. In my room, there's nowhere to hide. I frantically dialed 911. I could hear someone pass through the toilet, my parents' room, and stop in front of my door. With no other choice, I grabbed my baseball bat
Please don't
and
let
hid
it be a
behind the
friend or
door.
someone.
Please don't come in. Please don't come in. Please don't come in. I stood there and prayed, but then the door burst open. I held my breath and stood as still as a statue. Whoever he was, he just stood there for a while. Apparently seeing no one, he slowly closed the door. But suddenly, my cat made a sound and pointed her head to where I was hiding. This is it. I can feel the door opening again. And he slowly poked his head inside. Just a little more. A little more. God, his head is so green. It's the first creeper guy in Minecraft. Ah! Like an animal, I grabbed the baseball bat and hit him on the head with all my might.
Is that your brother? Oh my God, it's gonna be your
I don't
brother.
remember how many times I hit him, but I saw that guy fall down. Blood was flowing from his body, splattering everywhere.
It's gonna be your brother.
Ha! Huff! Ha! Ha! I'm the winner! It took me a while to calm down. But God, that guy didn't seem to be the first creeper. He looked more like a person wearing casual clothes, but wearing the mask of the character. I peeled off the mask off the first creeper. Lying in the middle of a pool of blood was an 18-year-old young man, glaring his dead eyes at me. Half his head was almost crushed. Brother?
Ooh, I called it.
He's too fast. He can't be human. He's a monster. He's not human. I crouched against the toilet's wall, shivering in fear. The door slowly opened, and a shadow with the head shaped like a chainsaw slowly came.
What is happening here?
This was my very first trip, and I did it alone. Yeah, I thought it must be so remarkable to do it on my own. So I got on the bus and started my journey. I just wanted to have a comfortable and peaceful vacation. But since
you
this
going?
morning, I felt like someone was watching me. There was an annoying sound, which lasted for a while and then stopped. I nervously looked around the car, but didn't spot anyone suspicious. Suddenly, I noticed a chainsaw lying in the back. Maybe it was the man sitting silently there who owned that thing. Sorry to bother you, but is your chainsaw still on? I asked. The man looked at me in surprise.
Why
No,
would it be on?
it ain't. What's wrong? Oh, that's weird. So where did the buzz sound come from that I heard?
It ain't.
I thought to myself and felt anxious. Something in my mind told me that there was a danger. What made that sound? And who was trying to follow me? Was he on the bus? Who was he? My heart beat faster, and I decided to get out of the bus. No one got off the bus except me, and the bus slowly rolled down the road. I breathed a sigh of relief.
Where are you even
Maybe
at?
that was
You know
just
where you
my
got off?
anxiety, a side effect of the first time away from home. Seeing a pickup truck running in the opposite direction, I waved for a ride. After getting into the truck, I
You out
thought
here
that I might
hitchhiking?
have cut off the stalker. But no, the feeling of being followed was still there. Sweat was pouring down my face, and I felt extremely scared. The sound of chainsaws in the distance rose up again. I looked around in panic until I saw a box in the back of the truck. My heart beat faster and faster, as if it could explode at any moment. Is there a chainsaw in this box? The driver was surprised.
Girl, get out.
How do
Get
you?
out my car.
The saw was still lying in the box. I suddenly felt so uncomfortable, so I crouched against the side of the truck. Please, stop the truck! Hurry up! When the truck stopped, I jumped out of it as fast as I could and ran down the small road before me. My first trip alone turned out to be a nightmare. When I got to a McDonald's, I felt much better. I pushed the door
don't have a
open
chainsaw
and
at
entered,
McDonald's?
totally exhausted. Whew. Finally, I'm safe. My body was out of energy. I walked slowly to the food counter.
Hi. What would you like to order, sir?
The staff looked at me. I groaned while holding my belly. Wait, please. I have a terrible stomachache. Please, help me get to the bathroom. So I was helped. Sitting in the
chainsaw coming from
bathroom,
inside?
I gradually calmed down. Seemed like the stalker had lost track of me. But just as I was about to take a deep breath, that chainsaw sound was back again. I looked around nervously, as if someone was somewhere watching. But it was only me here. The sound of chainsaws became clearer and louder right next to my ears, making my whole body shake and sweat. Oh my God! Someone was coming. Who was he, and why was he following me? I was so scared that I felt dizzy and nauseous. With no way to escape, I hid myself in a corner, covering my mouth with my hand so as not to make any sound. The sound of the chainsaw was getting closer
Like, why you
and
wanna do
closer
that?
with the steady footsteps. Then the shadow of the saw blade slowly appeared on the ground, and a deep, slow voice was raised. Don't hide. I see you there. I cried. Please, what did I do? I just want to enjoy my trip. Just please let me go. He stood right at me. The dim light in the
what?
restroom made it impossible for me to see his face clearly. I can't let you go so easily. No, wait, please.
Like, what is even happening
I
here?
didn't do anything wrong. Look at your feet. You can't even run now. My whole body trembled. My mind went blank. No! I'm just a man trying to take a trip alone. Please don't kill me. You've done it so wrong. Now you have to pay for this. My chest was pressurized. Don't do that. Don't. Please don't. The extreme fear
Are you
made my
killing
throat
yourself?
choke. I coughed and then started throwing up. Time's up, he yelled, and I had had enough. I shouted, "Why are you doing that to me? I just want to be a normal person!" I pushed the wall and quickly jumped up.
Oh, sure,
I stood still. Is my life ending? Blood
Yes.
gushed out of my body. I
Going
fell
around
to
killing
the
folks.
ground.
Is that how the story really going?
I
The
woke
chainsaw
up
movie show?
startled
Is that how it's
and
going?
found
'Cause I don't
myself
watch it. I
still
think it's
sitting
on
on the bus.
I think it's on Netflix.
Oh, gosh, it was just a nightmare.
Was it though?
I breathed a sigh of relief.
If that's the case, you should just stay your ass at home.
Lily Fulton and her sons, Michael and Nate, just moved to this town 6 months ago. He has difficulties in making friends, unlike his brother, who is very popular at school. His classmates, James, Sirius, Harry, and
Oh,
Ronnie,
no!
especially James, often made fun of his appearance and bullied him whenever they hung out together.
Y'all
That's
are
why
not
Nate
friends.
always came home with a bruised body.
Like,
Knowing
he just
that,
slapped the hell
Mrs.
out you.
Fulton was heartbroken, and Michael always criticized Nate for being too weak and effeminate.
Kids at school are sure not hanging out with you if your only interest is Five Nights at Freddy like that.
But you're gonna let your
Nate was
brother get
very
beat up,
upset,
though?
but there was nothing else he could do. Tomorrow is Nate's birthday. Mrs. Fulton lets him do whatever he loves. Nate decided to go to Freddy Fazbear's Reanimate, a new restaurant in town that's modeled after Five Nights at Freddy. He invited his classmates, hoping that the party would improve his relationship with the other boys.
No, let
He
them
wanted
hold-
to show
no.
Michael that he absolutely can make friends
What?
with
I
cool
would
kids
never.
at school. However, things didn't go
You
as
don't have to
Nate
prove yourself to
wanted.
Michael. He ain't a good big brother.
That restaurant? How old are you? We'd rather go to Ronnie's house and play his video games.
And they left. When things couldn't get any worse, Nate learned that his mother cannot accompany him to the restaurant as well. Therefore, he had no choice but to celebrate his birthday with his brother.
Ugh.
At 6
Not even
p.m.,
a
the
good
Fulton
brother.
brothers arrived at Freddy Fazbear's Reanimate restaurant.
Wow!
Nate's mood was immediately boosted. Everything was exactly as he imagined. On the stage were 5 musical beasts standing. Even the waiter also disguised as the clown puppet.
Today's your day. Let's just have fun, shall we?
Michael's words brought Nate back to reality. He was surprised because this was the first time his brother wanted to play with him.
That's
Nate
what I'm
couldn't
saying.
hide his excitement. At least one wish on his birthday came true.
Yeah! Let's do it!
Nate replied, and the two brothers started rocking the whole area. 2 hours passed, and Nate
Don't
got
make me
tired, so
mad.
they decided to come home. Before leaving, Nate said,
If only Jensen's friends came to play with us, it would be much more fun, right?
the last wish of Nate was having Michael and the other boys as his buddies.
Don't worry, it's your birthday. Mom and I won't disappoint you. Let's go home.
Surprise!
As soon as the light went on, Nate heard his mother's voice, followed by the big applause of her and Michael. Turns out they
Okay.
prepared a surprise party with
Good.
lovely cakes and a lot of decorations.
I don't
What
fuck with
makes
the other
Nate
kids.
even
They don't
happier is that his mother even bought 4 of the robot characters in Five Nights at Freddy and arranged them to sit around the dining table.
Wow! They're
would've
so
done that,
cool, Mommy!
It's been a long time since Nate felt this happy.
My darling, I told you I wouldn't disappoint you on your birthday. Now then, all your wishes have come true, right?
Lily wrapped her arms around Nate's back and pushed him toward the table. The little boy was filled with excitement. He thought it was surreal.
Okay, now let's all hold hands and give my boy birthday wishes.
Said Lily. Seeing Michael and his mother holding hands, Nate held his mother's hand too. And to create a cozy circle, he held the hand of the Freddy friend sitting next to him. The happy
that
birthday
motherfucker say
song
happy
played,
birthday.
but Nate began to sense that something was off. That Freddy's hand, something seemed very strange. Although it was cold and stiff, Nate felt the skin with a terrifying realism. He tried to enjoy his moment, but inside he still felt uneasy.
Let me find out that
Eventually,
the mom is
Nate stared
tweaking.
closely at Freddy, Chica, Foxy, Bonnie, prepared by his mother and brother. And suddenly, all the excitement and happiness on Nate's face disappeared.
that
The
the dead
fear
kids in there?
spiked. His heart felt cold. Then Nate slowly approached one of the robots. His trembling hands reached out to take off the Foxy hat. And he fell to the ground with a scream. It was James, with his pale face without a drop of blood, his eyes rolling and his neck broken. Nate's whole body trembled in utter panic, shaking so much that he didn't even know that the arms of Mrs. Lily and Michael were gently resting on his shoulders.
Happy birthday, Nate. This is a small gift from Mommy and brother to you.
say nothing because I was just talking shit about the brother not doing nothing to defend him, you know, and he put his bodies in a damn in the damn costume. Like, made my back itch. Here I am over here cussing and wondering why you ain't over here, protecting your brother. They said just watch. The mom and the brother? Y'all killed them people and y'all killed them little lads. Those was little boys. All the brother needed to do was beat them up. Y'all didn't need to kill him. But this is definitely a Five Nights at Freddy's Horror Stories animated, less than the Discord mix. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. How are you feeling? Have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's? I feel like I've watched it more than I've played it. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Let me know if you played it. Let me know if you know someone who played it. Let me know if you know a little kid that loved that damn creepy ass, ugly ass bear and got one. All of this in the comments, please. And until next time, I love you guys. Bye.